What's up, nerds? Welcome to season 2 of the Unvaulted Podcast. I'm your host, SquatingDog, but Ninja calls me a cool guy with a mic when he rated me. The nerve. Anyways, this season of the podcast, we're trying to capture massive benchmark moments of Fortnite's history and interviewing those who are influential to making this game what it is today. Last week, we chatted with Ninja and Dr. Lupo, and today we had to travel overseas to the UK to chat with two absolute legends. Both of these British kings have built incredible followings through Fortnite, ranging over millions and millions of followers. One, a World Cup competitor who has made more earnings than probably everyone in my family combined. This young man has entered the competitive scene, making waves. Such at a young age cannot be ignored when you're talking about influential people of Fortnite. With 2 thumbs up and a cheesy smile, the biggest fish in this pond, BenjyFishy, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, Benjy.
Hi. I appreciate you for having me, mate. You know,
yeah.
That was a great introduction. Wow.
Hey, if you ever need me to do it again, just let me know. You know, I'm just one tweet away.
Personal introductor.
Now, while Benjy holds his own competitively, we had to pair him with somebody who sets the bar for content creation. A 12-year-old seasoned veteran on YouTube who has built an absolute massive following. He is a powerhouse content creation machine, but might more be easily known for this.
Come on. Yes.
Welcome to the Unvaulted Ali-A.
Thank you so much for having me. I just want to say, by the way, if we took like people you know in Fortnite and rated them on like a skill level, you'd have Benjy here and I would be as far opposite as possible. So we're balancing each other out here. We're balancing each other out.
It's so good. Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun because of that. Like just two completely different spectrums, but equally important to why you guys are legendary. Thank you for saying yes to this podcast, to the both of you.
Of course. I'm excited to be here. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, same. It's been great.
We are in the second season of the Unvaulted Podcast, and we are tracking benchmark moments of Fortnite's history, sponsored, in fact, by Epic Games. Love you guys. Anyways, so how do you guys even know each other? What is your context for each other? We got to start there before we get going into things.
I don't think, have we ever met, Benjy, or even talked?
No, I used to watch you back in the day, Pokemon Go days.
Yes, you did say that. Actually,
yeah, I DM'd you ages ago. But yeah, that's how I first started watching you.
That's awesome. Yeah,
we met.
I've been making videos for far too long, to be honest with you. And yeah, it's awesome. It's quite funny how a lot of people, like obviously the younger crowd, Benjy, yourself, the pros are obviously, I'm 28. So how old are you, Benjy?
17.
17. Yeah. So
Crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. So it's awesome to like sync up with people of all ages through the medium that is Fortnite. And yeah, I think I've just wanted to play Fortnite with Benjy. And what I'll do is I'll be his duo. I'll die and then I'll just spectate him because it will be so much more entertaining than playing myself.
Yeah.
As long as you do it early, you know, you just drop and fall to your,
yeah.
And then like, great, now we're going to watch Benjy.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I've got a bunch of questions for you guys, spanning from, the World Cup to content creation. And I think we have to start with some icebreakers. Okay. And we're going to start with Ali.
Okay.
As a content creator, you painstakingly know things about the Fortnite lore and the map that possibly Benjy would not know.
Ooh,
I would love for you to give him a question about the Fortnite lore that you think Benjy would have no clue know.
Oh my god! All right,
that's too hard.
Question first: do you pay much attention to the story, Benjy, or
no,
are you more
bro.
No,
I don't know anything, bro. I don't know anything. You can ask me anything, and I probably won't have a clue. Maybe I will. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, I'm being put on the spot now. Okay, I love the story, by the way. That's like, I'm sure we'll talk about it more later in this podcast. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's have a think. Okay, I need a second because I want this question.
No, you're fine. Yeah, this is the only question I didn't send you earlier. So
no, it's fine. Let's have a think. Oh, okay. This is a bit of a random one. Not so much lore related. We have been in Fortnite Chapter 2 for a certain number of days. Have we been in Fortnite Chapter 2 for more time than Fortnite Chapter 1?
I think we have. I'm pretty sure it's like I'm pretty sure I saw on Twitter that we've been in chapter 2 longer. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, you're right. He's a law god, secretly knows everything.
What doesn't he do? That's awesome.
I thought that was interesting though, because we've been in chapter to currently chapter 2, season 8, and everyone's like, well, we've still got 2 more seasons to go. But then if you like put the days side by side, it's actually very, very similar. So yeah, well done. Well done, Benjy.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's great. That's great.
Law expert. What can I say?
Yeah, you can change
you can
your
do my
name,
videos for me, mate. Yeah.
All right, Benjy, let's clap back. You are an unstoppable force in Fortnite.
No.
It must run in the family. Do you think your mama BenjyFishy, could beat Ali-A in a 1v1?
Maybe.
Possibly. I mean, it would depend on the situation. But you know, I feel like if I gave my mum a few less, I feel like right now, if they 1v1, I think I would have the upper hand. But I think, you know, if I gave her a few lessons, I think it would be very close. It'll be very close, that's for sure.
So if you gave her enough lessons, do you think she could also beat me and Ali-A at the same time?
Okay, I mean, that'll be a few more lessons. Is
your mum on keyboard and mouse or controller?
No, she's on controller. She actually just switched to paddles. So she's got paddles now in the back.
Yo, she's coming for me, man. She's definitely going to be better than me. That's crazy.
So, well, if you guys are looking for a new video, there you go. You know, just let me know.
1v1 coming soon. You heard it here first.
Okay, my last icebreaker question. This will be for both of you. If you could put a squad together, but you can choose anyone at all to put on that squad. They don't even have to play the game. Who would you put on your squad to play a few rounds of Fortnite?
Ooh. So this isn't skill based, it's just like ultimate fun squad.
Yeah, exactly. Just whoever you would like to meet, or whoever it would be an honor to play with.
Ooh, that's a tough one. See, like, I'll be honest, like, you know, when you're growing up and people are like, oh, who's your idol? Who do you look up to? Like, I've always been very focused on like the space I'm in. So other content creators and people within that space. All right, you know what? I'd love to have Donald Mustard on my team.
Beautiful.
The guy, the myth, the legend from Fortnite Epic Games. And okay, I've picked one. Benjy, you got to pick one now.
I'm gonna go my all-time person. You know, my favorite YouTuber, David Dobrik. I would love to play with David Dobrik. You know,
good choice.
I did shave my head for to get a follow from him back in the day.
Yeah, let's go.
Not sure who else. You know, I'll leave that to you, Ali, for the next one, because I have to think.
Oh, coming back to me. What? Even if we stop there, we got a pretty good squad.
That's
if we
huge.
combine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So that is true.
That'd be kind of crazy. If we could have a 5th player, theoretically, I'd come and bring Mr. Beast in and see if we could play for $10 million. There we go. And Benjy would carry us and we'd win the cash. So it'd be beautiful.
Would you imagine? Hey, Mr. Beast, if you want to make it happen, we're all here.
Yeah.
And I'm a little disappointed you didn't say me, but that's okay. We'll move on to the next question.
I was waiting for the sixth slot to come in, and you were joining straight away, my friend. Do not worry.
All right. Now that we're warmed up, I want to know your origin stories with Fortnite. I know there's a lot of listeners. You guys have massive followings. And I think a lot of times we're just looking to the future. I think it's important to recognize where we've come. And I'd love for you guys to share a little bit of like, why did you pick Fortnite and what kept you playing it and all of those good things? Where did you start with it, guys?
I'll let Benjy go first.
All right. So I first started. I mean, I've been playing games like all my life. First of all, you know, I've been a proper gamer. You know, every game you could think of, I probably played. So, and then Fortnite came out. You know, I saw people talking about it. I started playing I started trying to play in season 1, and then I actually wasn't a fan of the game. I think it was a combination of like me not being great at it, because you know, this whole new building mechanic, and I just didn't really, you know, it'll take a while for me to get good at it. So then I stopped, and then everybody started playing it. All my school friends started playing it, right? And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should get back into it. I should give it a go, because you know, I'm good at games, and I wanted to be better than my friends at the game, because that's all they talked about at school was just Fortnite, you know. So I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna get back on it, and I started playing again in like I think early season 3, and that's when I like I started full grinding it. You know, that was the moment, because I wanted to be better than all my friends at school. So I just non-stop played, and then I eventually, you know, got pretty good at the game. And then I started playing like scrims and stuff, you know, because I wanted to take it like seriously, probably like end of season 3, like towards season 4. And then after that, you know, I realized I was pretty good at the game. So yeah, I was like, you know what, this could be the game I could go pro in, you know, because that's always been my dream, to be a pro gamer, like even since I was like a kid. So I was like, I would only play Fortnite. I'll just get home from school and just start playing Fortnite. I was very addicted. I was very addicted to Fortnite. And then that was basically that's how I got into it, and I've been playing ever since.
So it just started with you just wanting to be better than your friends.
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty much the catalyst for where you are today.
Yeah.
I've got a question, because when I'm older than you, obviously. When I was in school, like there would be games that we'd play and we'd all see who was best, and if you were really good, like everyone would want to play with you. If you were really good at Fortnite in school, like was it a really cool thing to be that good at Fortnite? Like was everyone yo, Benjy's sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, trust. I gained a lot of popularity at school from being sick at Fortnite.
I rate that. That's really cool. That's really cool.
It was really cool. It was it was a lot of fun. People just knew me as like, you know, the guys that got
the cracked guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, Ali? What's your origin stories?
So I've always been a big fan of first-person shooters, generally gaming, just like Benjy. And I always loved the Nintendo games, the Pokemon games. Huge fan of them. And then, funnily enough, the very first time I ever saw Fortnite, myself and Claire, we were sat watching the trailer for it, and we wrote a note in our diary. We were like, this game is dropping. I don't know if it was in beta or it was coming out for the public on a certain day. And we wrote it on our diary, and we completely missed it. We forgot about the date. We didn't play it. And then I was sat in bed maybe a week later, and a video from DK, shout out DK, one of like the OG's streamers and Fortnite guys, came up on my YouTube feed, and I watched it. I was like, this is such an entertaining game to watch. I'm hooked. I got to play this tomorrow. So I downloaded it the next day, and I was hot trash. I'd never played a Battle Royale game before. I landed in Pleasant Park, sat in a house for the entire game, and came second place. I almost won. I came second place. But yeah, like obviously for me, a big driving component was the content creation side, and the videos just started blowing up. It was clear that there was a huge interest for this mixture of a Battle Royale style game in a very colorful, bright format. And I was like, you know what? I got to get good at this game. I got to start making videos about it. I got to understand it. I got to get invested in it. And the rest is history. I've been playing it for like 4 years now.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's
yeah,
sick,
it's been out for 4 years. That's crazy to think about.
It is crazy.
I was 13, man. I was 13.
That's crazy.
Benjy, didn't your mom when you started getting good, you went to homeschool? Your mom was like, "No, let's make this happen," right?
Because at the time, so the main thing that made my mum like, you know, let me start getting homeschooled. I won a kill race tournament. It was called the Montana Black kill race tournament. I played it with Mr. Savage, and we won £10,000, like 5K split. And that was the first one I like ever made from Fortnite. I think I was 14 then. And at the time, you know, what I'll do, I'd go to school, and then as soon as I got home from school, I'll just play Fortnite. Like that was all that. Like I would do my homework like sometimes. It's pretty bad. I was so addicted to Fortnite. Like that's all I wanted to do. So I was putting like half my effort into Fortnite, half of it into school. But then my mum didn't really see the point of that. She wanted me to like put 100% either into school or into Fortnite. Then once I started making money from Fortnite, my mum was like, you know, I think this would probably be a better decision for you, to just go like try go full time. I mean, it worked out, thankfully.
What does a 14-year-old do with 5,000 pounds?
Nothing. I just left it. I probably still have it, to be honest.
You're smart.
He maxed out V-Bucks on his account instantly.
Seriously.
100k V-Bucks on the account.
To all your friends at school so they like you more.
Yeah, basically. But no, I just hold on to it. Yeah.
What's crazy about that is like, right, you got to get to a place where you went to the World Cup of Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Not very many people get to experience this. tell us what that was like. Get us in your shoes of like, you went to the World Cup, you got 25th, right?
25th in solos and 14th in duos. I mean, I can just start it from the qualifiers. I mean, first of all, it got announced because before it got announced, tournaments were 16 plus. So I couldn't even compete in tournaments. But then World Cup got announced. It got announced it was 13 plus. And I was like, I was so gassed about it. This was before I dropped out as well. And then this kind of was also one of the things that made me like drop out because my mum wanted me to, put in a lot of time and effort into qualifying for it. Because other like pros and stuff, they were older than me and they weren't at school, so they had more time to play. So I just wouldn't have been as good. And then the qualifiers came around, and then I was one of 2 people, I think, in the world to qualify for both the solos and duos in the first 2 weeks.
Wild.
I got 3rd in the solos week 1, and I got 1st in the duos. So then for the rest, it was 10 weeks qualifiers. For the rest of the other 8 weeks, I could just chill. Everybody started to stress about qualifying. I was just already qualified, which is insane. And then World Cup came around. I'd never been to America before. That was the first time I'd been to America.
Because they flew you all, right?
Oh yeah. They flew us all out. Got us a hotel room for us and all my family. Really cool, super cool experience. I got to meet all the people I'd been talking to online for ages. Meet people from different regions, from like America and stuff, from Asia. It was really cool. And the actual World Cup, it was my first ever like LAN event. Oh yeah, the thumbs up. Yeah, you can't forget about the thumbs up.
So good.
The classic pose.
Yeah, the classic. But I was really nervous, especially during the solos, because like it was my first ever LAN event, and it was like there was so many people watching. Like I would just look behind my screen, I could just see like so many people, just hundreds of people, just sitting like right behind my computer.
Wow.
It was pretty scary. But I think it was such a good experience, and that's definitely prepared me like more for other events. I think since my first LAN event was something on that scale, it's helped me a lot for other LANs.
These other events, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the World Cup.
Yeah. It was super cool experience. Like just everything about it, and we had a few days after the actual World Cup to just go explore New York. It was sick. It was really
amazing.
One of my.
I was there shouting for Benjy, by the way. I was in the crowd. Yeah, I got to come along and just experience it. It was so cool.
What was your experience like? You got to sit and meet probably just as many content creators.
Yeah, it's such a different world. I actually think I was on a bus with a load of the players, and I was looking at them. I was like, these guys look like they're going to be good at Fortnite. But I think there's definitely like Fortnite exists as this ecosystem, but you've got so many different bubbles within it. You've got like the creative space, the battle royale space, the content creators, the pro players, and I try and mingle as best as I can within all of the different spheres. But yeah, look, I'm not that great at Fortnite, so I don't know that many people within the creative space. But it's great to watch, and the atmosphere was incredible. I'm not surprised. It was like, if that was Benjy's first LAN, like it was a big scale tournament. Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy.
So let's shift gears. Ali, your content, absolutely legendary. It's been a precedent for other content creators. You kind of set the tone, including myself, huge fan. What keeps you creating content for Fortnite in particular? You had mentioned a little bit of like the allure for people's eyes, like it brought a lot of new eyes, but what keeps you going? Why Fortnite for you?
Yeah, it's a good question. Like sometimes I sit here and I'm like, I can't believe I've been making videos for this long. Like if someone told me like 5 years ago, you'd still be making videos in 5 years, I'm like, nah, but I think I'm just addicted, to be honest with you. I love like that instant feedback, and as soon as you put a piece of content out there, you've got comments, you've got likes, you got like we craft. I almost see a video as like a piece of entertainment that's being crafted, and everything from the intro to the outro to how I say everything to how it's shown on screen is very meticulously thought through, to a point where hopefully you don't realize it as a viewer. It just comes across as a really watchable piece of content, but that is on purpose, and there's a lot of technicalities behind that creation, behind the scenes. But when it comes to Fortnite, I think for me, there's been many phases of why I've enjoyed it and why I still make content around it. And for now, it's definitely like I just love the story. Like I love that there's this space we're fighting on, that everyone's trying to be the last player alive, but the story's so in depth. There's so much going on, and when you look into it, it's so interesting. And I mentioned Donald Mustard before. Like, I met him. It was actually, I think, at the E3 Pro-Am many years ago now, and said hello to him, and it was introduced to him and his wife. He's such a nice guy, and we DM on Twitter every now and then. He never tells me anything. He never leaks anything. I try and get stuff out of him. But that guy's a mastermind behind storytelling and just showcasing that in game. And the team at Epic have done such a good job at that. And as we're recording this now, they've officially said that Chapter 3 is going to be the next big thing coming. And I just can't wait for the live event, how that's going to lead us into Chapter 3 and everything will get beyond. And then all of that excitement just starts all over again, because there's so much new things to experience. So yeah, I mean, Fortnite give us content. They give us content, and I love it.
And what for you? What do you think separates Fortnite from other games? Because there's tons of games to make content for, but it seems like there is, I don't know, like this natural pull towards this game in particular. That are like what about that for you?
I think there's so many angles. I think I mentioned the visual fidelity of it. Like, it's just a beautiful game to play, and it's very engaging, and everything's ranked by rarity, but that's also a color rarity. Like, they're very smart at making the game look as engaging as it is to physically play. And all of that comes together, makes a great game to actually, play yourself and then also watch content on. And I mentioned content towards the end of that last bit, and no games ever, as far as I'm aware of or had ever covered in my lifetime, had ever have as much content updates as Fortnite. Like, weekly stuff. It's like, absolutely, okay, we're getting a science SMG this week, we're getting a boogie bomb next week. And I'm always going to come at Fortnite from the angle of a content creator, because I was seeing numbers on my YouTube channel that I literally would like stand in the kitchen after uploading an update video, and I'm like, these numbers are mind-blowing. Like, I've just got, 500,000 views in an hour. What is going on? This is insane. And like, that wave of just people flocking into one game space was incredible. And it's been accessible for everyone from my level who loves stories to Benjy, who's just incredibly good at the game, to kids that want to jump into party royale, creative. They really try and encompass all player types, I think, when it comes to Fortnite.
Absolutely. I love how Fortnite is just kind of becoming a culture more than a game in some ways. Like, that evolution, we talk about the metaverse on the podcast quite a bit, of like, bring everybody's favorite thing here.
Yeah.
So that we can all hang out together.
You can't overlook that. Like, I made videos back in the day where I was like, I want to create challenges around things that would be incredible in Fortnite. So I did challenges back in the day that was like the Hulk challenge, the Iron Man challenge. And I got a bit of stick for it because it made it look like maybe they were in the game. But if you click through, I hope that you would enjoy the concept of the video, which was, okay, so I'm the Hulk today, and I got to get 3 eliminations with my pickaxes if I'm smashing them. I can only use green weapons. So the challenges was really fun. But then to like see that come full circle, and now we have Iron Man and like the Hulk smashes in game, is just a testament to like Epic Games and Fortnite for pushing the boundaries as to like those collaborations actually happened. It is crazy.
It's wild. And what's also crazy is the evolution of our friendships and the people that you guys have gotten to know over the time of 4 years now. I'd love to hear for you guys, like, what is the evolution of the friendships that you have made by spending this much quality time? Like, Benjy went out of school to play this game, but you're playing with people, right? You're playing with people, and you do that over the course of time, and you start building really incredible friendships. So can you guys tell us a little bit of the evolution of the friendships that you've made because of this game?
Yeah, I can go. I mean, I've played with, so many different people over the past 4 years, different, especially like competitive, you play with so many different teammates. I mean, including Mr. Savage, I've been playing with him since the World Cup. So probably like I've been playing for like around 2.5 years now, and we're still playing with each other. It is crazy. I'm such good friends with him now. We know each other so well. But I've met so many people from like different like countries, like since I play, Europe, so many people from different backgrounds. I've got so many like friends now, I just hang out with, that, I know are just going to be like lifelong friends. and like being able to meet them at like events and stuff, it's always like tons of fun. Before, I've met so many cool people through Fortnite, especially when I go to like events and stuff. Getting to meet like people from different regions, like there's nothing else like it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. What about you, Ali?
Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said, especially, during the period we've just gone through in the world where we have connected through for our friends through games. And I know that I probably played more games than ever over the last few years. And it was a great point to connect with other couples that myself and Claire know, or just other friends, because we didn't get to see them, out and about as we normally would do. And I think what's really cool is because my journey of making content has spread across so many different games, I love just trying to connect with as many content creators as possible. I don't mind if you're small, big, whoever you are. I love the Australian guys. Like, they've absolutely crushed it within the Fortnite space, and I can't wait to go over to Australia when things allow me to, because I want to just hang out with those guys, and just have a meal with them and chat with them. I can't wait for that. And yeah, whenever, when I've gone to these Fortnite events in the past, it's so cool meeting streamers, creators from all over the world. And the fact that they're connected through one game is awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, it seems like a really like inclusive community, right? Like, because it's so diverse and because so many people have had their hands in it. I know we've talked for a bit. Me and Ali have chatted a lot about different things in DMs as well. And it's like, it's just crazy how accessible people can be because of our love for this game, which creates tons of opportunity. And I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast, thinking to yourself, like, how do I jump in? And I feel like the biggest piece is just to put yourself out there, and be willing to engage with other people and other friends.
Definitely.
So my question for you guys, this is kind of like I think an important one that this game is unique to affecting multiple people of, is how Fortnite has impacted your life. And I think like we can't skip this question, because I feel like Fortnite is notorious for doing this to so many people, just like totally like shifting the trajectory of someone's life. And we've already heard a little bit of that from both of you, but I would love to hear how has Fortnite impacted your life as a whole?
Yeah, I can throw it. I mean, it impacted my life so much. When I wasn't great at school. I was, in the UK you have sets. I don't know if that's in the same in the US. You have sets. Like depending on how smart you are. I was a bottom set. Yeah,
SET. Great. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, like
set one, set two.
Yeah. So if you're set one, you're like the smartest, and then if you're like set 4, set 5, you're like the dumbest, right? I was bottom set for every subject, right? Every single subject, I was bottom set in. I was not good at school. Okay, I was basically just addicted to gaming, and it's always been my dream. I've said this before. It's always been my dream to be a pro gamer, and before that it was kind of just like a distant, hopefully, somehow I'll end up as a pro gamer. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But, I didn't actually think it was going to happen until, Fortnite came out. And, like ever since it came out, it's just been like, it's so crazy. It's just like my dream is my literal dream has come true, and that does not happen to many people.
No.
So it is crazy.
Love that, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. Ali, what about you?
Yeah, I was the nerd. I was in set 1 for everything, but like I was like the kind of I was fortunate enough I didn't really have to try too much in school. So whereas I was trying to, so my school life, because I started videos 12 years ago, so I was coming towards the end of my school journey. And I'd go to school, go to sixth form college and work all day, and then come home and then just be like, okay, what video can I make today? Plan it out, record it, got to edit it myself, upload it, put a thumbnail on it. And that was like my angle on balancing work and what I wanted to do. And then I started making videos, and at the point where actually Fortnite was coming out, funnily enough, my channel, because I have multiple channels, my main channel, as people know me, is AliA. That was actually in a really bad spot. Like the games that I've been playing weren't doing that well. There weren't really many great games out there that had a big viewer base on YouTube that would fit the content I was making. So when I mentioned earlier, like I was uploading these Fortnite videos and these update videos, and they were just hitting these insane numbers. I was like, wow, like I am committed to YouTube again, because I've been close to quitting YouTube several times over those 12 years. And it takes a mental toll on you when you're uploading video after video, and it's like, these are just not hitting. Like, if they're not doing well, what's the point in me making these videos? Like, at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer. I'm making videos for people to consume in their spare time and enjoy. And if they're not doing well, there's no space for me. That was like my mindset. And then Fortnite's come along and just like revitalized all of that. And, you know, I'm still on that journey to this day. And Epic have been great with their communication between people like me, like content creators and everyone within this space. And that's not the case for all publishers and developers within the gaming sphere. So I'm really fortunate for everything Fortnite and Epic have done for me. Really grateful.
It's amazing. I did not know that. That's really rad to see how it's crazy, right? Like, even for myself, I was a resident director, so I like oversaw college students and helped do suicide prevention and all that. And then all of a sudden Fortnite came along, and it was like, here we go. Like, this is like, there's room. There's room for everybody that wants to get involved, which is really awesome.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, as foundational pieces, and I would consider you both foundational pieces to what Fortnite has become, what legacy do you hope to leave, or what legacy have you seen you leave for this game?
Ooh, that's a big one. I'll go first. I'll let Benjy think. I think, you know, like, being completely honest, I don't want to compare myself to Ninja, because I feel like he broke into mainstream Fortnite in a way that mainstream just publicity in a way that a gamer has probably never done, and, you know, may not do for a very long time. And I've just existed within my sort of content creation bubble. But there was a point at the beginning where, you know, I was getting literally like 200 million YouTube views a month, and it was just huge and it was crazy. And I'd have kids come up to me all the time and be like, who's better, you or Ninja? And I'm like, haha, me, obviously. But I definitely wasn't. But I was at that point. I was at that point where you could get Victory Royale so easily that I was just uploading a win every single day. And like, from a outside perspective, it made me look really good. But you know, during that point, some people really liked me, and during that journey, some people maybe don't like you. I think that's just the natural divide you get between people when you get quite big in this kind of space. And I like to think that if you watch me now, if you've ever watched me, as long as you feel like I'm a friendly, happy person that you enjoy watching, you feel good watching that video, that's what I want people to take away from me and what I've done within this space. I think moving forwards, I'm trying to pay the way within like creative mode of Fortnite as well. I've got my own Fortnite creative team called Team Atomic. Those guys are incredible, and I'm now looking into how we can revolutionize the creative experience so that if players are potentially losing interest in the Battle Royale experience, they can have another experience to jump into in creative that's just as fun and just as engaging. But look, you played the Ali-A intro music at the beginning. If that music somehow ever made its way into Fortnite, like, can you imagine Ali-A emote blasting out? That would be like, your boys made it. If that ever happens, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That's wild.
That'd be sick.
Benjy?
I mean, I think I've got, I mean, obviously, you know, I still do content creation and stuff. But, you know, I think I just want to be, you know, be known as one of the all-time like goats, you know, want to, you know, be known as like one of the, you know, if you compare Fortnite, you know, and people think of like the best people in the world, you know, I just want to be known as one of them, you know, because right now, you know, I haven't won a big event so yet, you know, I haven't won like a World Cup, I haven't won an FNCS yet. Right. I just want to, that is my goal for, you know, for the next Benjy. Sorry.
Hang on, I got it.
Nailed it. Yeah, that is going to be my goal for like in the next few years that I am playing Fortnite. You know, and for as long as, you know, I'm playing competitive, that is always going to be my goal. You know, what happens after Fortnite, I'm not sure. You know, I'm just going to go with the flow. You know, if that does mean, you know, I turn into like more into content creation, then I'll let that go. Or I'll just start doing that. But you know, that is my goal to, you know, hopefully, you know, win FNCSs, win World Cup, win, you know, keep winning tournaments. That is my goal. That, you know, I want to be like I mean, if you ever watch League of Legends, like the Faker, you know, or like this, it's like, or like, you know, the simple of CS. You know, I want to be people when people think of like the best player in the world. I want to be that basically.
Is it hard for you to be in such a competitive format where like literally you get stacked? You see the numbers of who's better than you and who's worse than you every game. Like I feel like that you got to have some mental stamina, right? To be able to like deal with like. I've never, like you said, I've never won an FNCS yet. Like you have that desire, but what is it like to have your numbers up there and be like, every time? Like, what's that?
It is rough, you know. People are always comparing, you know, especially since you know I'm like, you know, I stream a lot. If you watch Fortnite and I compare, you probably like know who I am. You know, it is annoying. I've definitely gotten better at it over the years. You know, after World Cup, there was a lot of like people saying you're not as good as I thought you were. You know, I thought you were going to win World Cup. But you know, I think you know, I've been in the space for long enough now to where I can kind of just ignore it, and you know, I'm okay. You know, I just focus on myself. You know, if other people winning FNCS is cool, you know, good for you. But you know, I still, you know, believe that I'm one of the best in the world. You know, I definitely have the capability of like being one of the best. Like
I feel like in chapter 3, if you can come up with like the Mongrel Classic before Mongrel does, then you can also, that's like a side way to get in, you know, like dude, I'm gonna do the Mongrel Classic. You know, we just need the BenjyFishy, whatever that is.
The BenjyFishy Classic. Yeah,
just play chapter 3 real early and figure it out before anyone else.
100%.
Okay, so my next question for you guys: what is your dream Fortnite event or outfit look like for you? I'm curious of like if you could have a dream event or a dream outfit, something you want in the game, what would that look like?
Does the event, so like, would the event be around us, or could it be any event in the world we just
I'm
put
wanting
into
you to
Fortnite?
dream, just dream with me. What if you could create
like in-game event?
Sure, yeah, in-game event or an in-game outfit, whichever one you're more interested in talking about.
I mean, like, I want a BenjyFishy skin.
Yeah, I was like, he's definitely gonna say that,
like?
Bro. I don't know. It just looks like me, and you know, I've got the emote like me with the thumbs up.
Dude, they need that. They need that right now.
Would be
Come
so
on.
good.
That is the dream. I don't know about event, but you know, if I can get that, you know, I'll be happy with that. That's
so it'd be your face, but like, what would you have as your outfit? Like, what would that look like?
I mean, I guess like something to do like the fish stick costume. I'll probably like maybe like a combination of me and the fish.
What if you transform from human Benjy into fishy Benjy?
That would be sick.
Cool.
Yo,
when you're swimming, you're the fish version, and when you're on land, you're the human version.
You know what?
Genius.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Epic Games, you know.
We got the idea, Epic. Let's make it happen.
You can always contact me, you know. But yeah, that is my dream for sure.
That would be amazing. That's a great idea, Ali. Just like him swimming and is in fish form, and then when he gets out,
he'll
he's
never leave
human.
the water. He'll just swim around the whole game. Yeah, look, I think every you know person within this scene that thinks they've got a chance of getting a skin would love to get a skin, and I think there's only been 5 people so far that have managed to have that opportunity, which is crazy. And I've said this in videos before, and I'll say it again. Like, if I never get a skin or anything in game, absolutely fine. Just very fortunate to be a part of this community and what Fortnite have done. But you know, I'd actually say it's probably still a big part of why I'm still grinding this game, and content creation is that goal. My ultimate goal probably is to do that, to get something that is me, my brand, in game. Like, that would just be surreal. It's weird to think about, and I don't know what that would be. Maybe me, or a super version of me, or you know, something to do with my A logo, or the intro music, whatever it is, in game. Like, I don't think that would ever sink in. Like, I'd spend my whole life just being like, dude, I'm in Fortnite. That's crazy. So yeah, that's my Benjy is gonna hit and become FNCS winner, and I will get an icon skin all at the same time. There you go.
We're summoning that right now.
Yeah,
manifesting it.
Also, how funny would like a sound pack be of the 10-hour Ali-A intro video on repeat?
It gets louder and louder for 10 hours. If anyone could survive that, I'll pay you V-Bucks, because that's impressive.
Honestly, before this video, we were doing the bit at the beginning, and we played your song, and the whole time we were humming the song before you guys came into this call.
It's iconic. Yeah, I think it's like there's a lot of funny connotations around that. Some people use it to like, poke fun at me, and some people just like, it's a great funny like internet moment that existed. I don't take it very seriously. I think it's quite funny, and I've said this on video before. And look, I love my editor and all the guys that work for me, but that music, the track, the Ali intro track that everyone knows, I told my editor to stop using it because I was like, yo, this track's too hard. Like, it's a bit too, like EDM bassy. And he was like, sure, I'll stop using it. And then like the day later, it just went viral and everyone was using it as a meme. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how has this happened? So yeah, that was funny.
All right, boys. The big ticket conversation today. Chapter 3 just got announced.
Yes.
I want to talk about what the future of Fortnite looks like, both from both of your perspectives, right? What additions do you want to the game, and like what do you think would be awesome if Epic Games decided to add it to Chapter 3?
I'll let Benjy go first. I feel like he's got some good creative ideas. Like competitive ideas. Like, I would love to know what you think about that.
I mean, I've already announced, it's going to be Duo FNCS for the whole of next year. I mean, personally, from Chapter 3, all I'd really want is just a brand, everything new map, everything brand new. I want some more POIs, I mean, compared to like last map, get a few more POIs in there. Maybe, add some more guns, keep the pump, keep the pump.
Very careful there. Very careful.
Please don't get rid of it.
No need to remove it again, right? It's a good gun. You don't need to remove it, right? Add a few more guns, bro. I don't know. I just my all time, that's all I want, just a brand new map, just to go exploring it all again, like I did when Chapter 2 first came out. It was just so much fun, just going to every new POI and just checking it out. I feel like if they keep like some stuff from Chapter 2, I'll actually be like pretty disappointed. I want everything new, personally.
So I'm curious from a competitive standpoint, what does having more players on the map mean? What if we have 150 or something even bigger? And then also, what if there was like a gulag system? We were talking with Dr. Lupo and Ninja, and one of their biggest feedbacks was like, when you get eliminated, you're just a card for a very long time, and you have to watch, and you're not able to participate anymore. So I'm curious, Benjy, what are your thoughts on those two things?
That'd be very interesting. I mean, the 150 player thing, I feel like if it's the same size map as it is now, then I don't think it's possible. It would have to be a lot bigger map, because the problem currently with competitive is that, in FNCS Grand Finals, you're either uncontested at your POI or you're contested. And in both the regions, EU and NA, like both the major ones, nobody's ever won a Grand Finals being contested.
Really?
So you have to spend like your entire season like just trying to defend your POI to like make it so you're uncontested in the Grand Finals. So if there's just more players, then everybody's going to be contested, and it's just not going to be as skillful. So it'll need to be a lot bigger map if it's 150 players and a lot more POIs. For it to work for competitive. But it'll be fun. 150 players. That would be pretty sick.
That'd be wild.
That would be crazy. But the gulag thing, I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I don't know how it would work, but I mean, it would have to be. I mean, it worked for what was the game CODs?
Warzone,
Warzone, that was pretty sick. I know that how it would work in Fortnite. That could be pretty cool though.
Because I feel like Chapter 3 is notorious for, or not notorious, but every new chapter thus far, which there's been one, my argument is sinking, is that there's bigger changes that have come, right? We've gotten cars, vehicles, all these like terrain vehicles that we never had before. They've pushed a lot of different things out, new map, all that good stuff. So Chapter 3 could bring some crazy mechanics that we might not be ready for, and I'm curious of how that'll affect competitive and how it'll also affect just the game in general. Ali, what are you looking for?
Yeah, I think I think Chapter 2's had some incredible moments. I think it lacked map changes significantly. I think if you take if you look at a progressional image of the chapter 1 map from beginning to end. Like, it changed so much, and I think it sounds silly, but just having like an ice biome, a desert biome, a grass biome, and lava, for example, like those 4 elements just look so cool, and that adds to the map and makes you excited to jump in and go to a different area each time. And I think the chapter 2 map, the main focus of the change was in the center. So each season of chapter 2, the center changed. But I was fully expecting and hoping there'd be more in terms of biomes. And I really hope that chapter 3 just, bam, they hit us with it. There's lava flowing on one side. There's like a giant ice thing on the other. I don't know, like just hit it again in the same way they did towards the end of chapter 1. And I think everyone will love it. And yeah, you know what? Why not make it bigger? Why not add in more players? Like, let's go big. It's chapter 3. Let's try everything that could possibly be new.
Yeah. And to bounce off of that, and I know you probably have a million ideas of what you would want in chapter 3, but the thing that I think would be really rad is if the map evolved instead of disappeared. So for example, the Marvel season, right? We've got like this massive, huge chunk of circle and Stark Tech, all these things, right? What if the map stayed the same and those buildings deteriorated the next season, right? They're still kind of there, but it's broken down. It's like more ancient, and they create something new somewhere else, but it stacks on top of each other instead of just gets completely pulled out. Like, because I feel like that's something that I noticed about chapter 2 is it was just gone. It was like there and then gone. And there wasn't really an argument. There wasn't really lore for it. It was just kind of like, just kind of disappeared. And I wonder if the map would be a lot more fun as if it's stacked on top of each other, building like this legacy of chapter 3 throughout the seasons, rather than just season 4 is about pirates. And it's like, no, pirates have taken over this like futuristic area, and then this is like the story progresses, right? Like, I'm curious if that would be something that they would want to add.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
Look, I love following the story, and I always like it when there's some sort of logical sense between what's happening in game. Sometimes it's obviously, quite far-fetched, but normally there's something that explains what's going on. I actually had a really wild theory. I don't think I was right, and I'll put my hands up and admit it. But the chapter 1 map, right? If you looked at the edges of the chapter 1 map were very high, like it was elevated. But the chapter 2 map, it doesn't have that at all around the edge. It's all like it all flattens and leads into the ocean. I had a theory that the chapter 1 map would actually end up going on top of chapter 2, and chapter 2 was before chapter 1. But anyway, we're getting into crazy theories now. But yeah, I think, evolution's always cool. Maybe they could, maybe they do the map changes we never got in chapter 2 to take us into chapter 3. I mean, there's a chance for that.
Right.
That'd be cool.
That's true.
I mean, I don't follow the story. I don't I don't even know what's like. Does it all like make sense what's happened so far, and like what
Yeah, I feel like we should do a mini story summary for Benjy.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because I don't have like literally I don't have any clue. I've watched some of the live events. Actually, I didn't watch the most recent live event, so I don't even I don't really understand what's happened. Like what are people expecting in chapter 3? Is there something like big happening?
Who's going to take this away?
You are.
Okay, yeah, I'll try. And apologies if this isn't 100% accurate. Please do correct me. If we go back to chapter 1, obviously
a long time ago.
Yeah. The idea is you just got people infinitely respawning and battling over and over on the island, and that's the premise of the island forever, for its entire existence. The idea is, you remember the old bunkers that existed on the chapter 1 map? There was the one in Wailing Woods.
Yeah. The ones that you can't go under it, like it was blocked off. Yeah.
So they reappeared again, obviously in chapter 2, and there's one at the very northern island, and then the sort of like corners. And my theory was that they placed these 3 bunkers there because whoever's controlling the map needed access to all corners of the map. And like when downtime happens, people can access the map and make the changes, and when the servers come back online, the changes are there. And those people, I guess, that do those changes and control everything of the Imagined Order. And we got to play in the Imagined Order's headquarters. Dr. Sloan, the character from the Battle Pass. We got to play in their headquarters in the Imposters mode. So that Imposters mode is actually very important to the lore of the Fortnite story as well. And the island loops, according to the Batman comics, every 22 minutes. As soon as you enter into the loop, as in like the Fortnite loop of playing Battle Royale over and over and over, you lose your memory, you can't talk, and any powers you have also go. So everyone's the same. Doesn't matter if you're Batman or if you're Jonesy, you all need to find weapons and loot up and play just like everyone else. But to escape the loop, here's a little hint. It doesn't actually work in game, unfortunately. You need to be in the dead center of the final storm eye when it closes in on you. This is just what they've written into the Batman and Fortnite comics. And if you stand there, you escape the loop and you can exist in the Battle Royale island whilst maintaining your memory and thoughts. Anyway, I feel like I'm starting to lose Benjy here, so bring it back in. Bring it back in.
Cool, man.
Okay.
I'm understanding this. That sounds cool.
So the big story here is Jonesy has started to become sort of aware of what's going on because he's worked for the Imagined Order, so he knows the controlling of everything that's going on. He started to rebel against the Imagined Order, and he basically doesn't like them anymore. And it's almost like us as the player stuck in this infinite loop versus the Imagined Order controlling us, not letting us out of a loop. And Jonesy is on our side. He's a good guy. But the thing is, the map keeps on getting into a really bad situation and finding itself being attacked by things. So like the UFOs, the aliens, the Cube Queen. And this is, again, my theory, and maybe other people think the same thing. I believe that the most important thing in Fortnite is the 0 point, because the 0 point has existed all the time. It exists under the map, and it's the most powerful thing. It allows realities to be connected, and that is like almost like the sun for us on Earth. And every time anything bad comes to the island, whether it's the monster, whether it's the Cube Queen, whether it's Galactus, whether it's the UFOs, they always target the 0 point. That's what they want. That's like the best, the most important thing the island holds. So I think that's like the thing that the Imagined Order are trying to protect. They don't want anyone else to have the power of the 0 point. Anyway, the current biggest threat to the island is the Cube Queen. We believe to be like the controller of all the cubes. So we just saw one cube in chapter 1. Now there's millions, and she controls all of them. And she's in the center of the island, and she wants to destroy us. I'm not quite sure she's got a reason for it, but she just hates us. She wants to destroy us. So that's us. Us now versus the Cube Queen, leading into chapter 3. There you go.
That was great. That was a very quick.
I have no idea. I had no idea what the Imagined Order was. I didn't even know that was the thing. You know, I had no idea. That's
so funny.
That was a really good explanation.
Honestly,
I only do competitive. You know, I don't look at the story. I know if there's a map change, you know, I need to see if I want to land there for tournaments. That's about it.
Well, here's the deal. Benjy is stuck in the loop. Ali's outside of the loop. Hey, wake up, bro. Wake up.
Actually.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure our listeners are going to be like, oh, okay. And if you want to see more of that content, check out Ali-A's channel. He covers it really,
to summarize
really well.
It as clearly as I can. It is quite confusing, and a lot of it's left to open interpretation as well. So people have different ideas on things, but I think it's so interesting. I just love it. I love that story.
Yeah, it's cool that they care about that. I think like what's funny about this whole interaction right now, Benjy is just like, I like this game. I'm making money. We're kicking butt. I'm good at it. And then there's people that are like, I like this game. The lore is deep. Like it can be whatever you want it to be, which is really rad. And it like speaks to the broad sense of audience that Fortnite has. Like really, really cool. Okay, so we need to get to a really important question that I think would help sum up your guys' experience with Fortnite. But I would love to know your favorite Fortnite moment or memory of all time.
Ooh.
This could be an experience. This could be a clip. This could be a moment. This could be something that changed your life because of Fortnite. And there might be multiple. We could talk about a few if you have more than one. But when you think of your Fortnite and how it's changed your life, what is the moment associated with that for you guys?
I can go this. I've two probably the first one will probably be the World Cup and just like qualifying up to the World Cup, because it was such a big change like in my life, and that's like when I knew that's when I knew that's what I'm going to do for my career. After I qualified, and just the whole experience of the World Cup. I've already been through it, but that was like one of my favorite moments. And my other favorite moment was probably Season X. Me, Mongrel, Mitro doing trios competitive. That entire season, just non-stop winning. I feel like a lot of like people that are into Fortnite competitive, think of that as like the most fun time to watch. And we were just having so much fun, just winning everything. We won there was 5 weeks qualifiers. We got first, second, which is has never been done before.
That's crazy.
And we would have won grand finals, but Mechs unfortunately were a thing.
Not bitter.
We forget about that. It hurt for a little bit. I'm kind of over it now. Still hurts a little bit. But
Benjy's having flashbacks when Mechs returned this season. No, please, anything but this.
We might have our editor just have mechs and music just going on.
But yeah, that season X, that was probably my favorite. Season, just in terms of competitive and just how much fun I had. Just having so much fun and just winning everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I can't ever. I'm still just so interested in Benjy and how he just generally how someone approaches such a competitive thing. I'm competitive within my own right within the YouTube space, but it's so different to just actually being very good at a game. It's crazy. But for me, just some highlights that come to mind was the E3 Pro Am. So it was there were pros and I was considered a pro. Look, guys, it was early stages of Fortnite. And you were partnered with a celebrity or somebody who didn't know too much about Fortnite. And it was just really cool because it was at that stage where there wasn't a crazy skill gap between someone like me and the competitive guys with the big streamers. People were still figuring out the game. And I went into it on controller. Everyone was keyboard and mouse. I was just there being Ali-A, making videos. And I ended up playing super tactically. I avoided all gunfights. I hid in the valley of the chapter 1 map. And I think we ended up coming 5th out of the 50 teams. And I was absolutely buzzing about it. It was my heart was beating. I was like, dude, this is crazy. I couldn't do that on an actual competitive scale. We were just playing for charity. And then there was I don't know if any of you guys see this clip, but there's a clip where myself and my good friend iTemple, Rich, who we used to play together all the time at the beginning of Fortnite because we played games before that. The shopping trolley came out and I was like, yo, we are building to the highest part of a chapter 1 map and we're just going to send it with the shopping trolley. But we don't build it. I'm building as we're going down. It's like that Wallace and Gromit moment where he's putting the track down as he's going. And I was just crying, laughing. When I'm laughing, I'm hysterical laughing. And that is just that pure fun. I was genuinely laughing that much and having that much fun. And I think there's so many moments we can all look back on in Fortnite. And probably will continue to look back on as we get older, just because it was such a fun time for gaming and still is a fun time for gaming. And chapter 3 will hopefully make even more of those fun memories again that we continue to remember.
That's great. Those are great moments. Okay, so I have a final question for you guys. This podcast, I feel like when we start chatting about this, when you're passionate about it, just time flies. It's crazy. What projects are you guys working on right now? What can your fans look forward to, and in what ways can listeners be supporting the both of you as we enter into chapter 3?
I can go first. I'm still just gonna be doing my thing. Gonna be streaming on Twitch. Twitch.tv/BenjyFishy. I'll be probably streaming the event and stuff. Especially when a new season drops, I'll be playing a lot of that. I'll be playing, I should be streaming a lot because there's going to be a lot of tournaments in Chapter 3, especially there's daily cups now that got announced, which is going to be a lot of fun.
It's huge.
So yeah, going to be on the stream grind, that's for sure.
So show up. Show up.
Me and Benjy are going to duo and he's going to carry me in one of these daily cups. The thing is, I think I have to get to Champions League to do it.
Participate.
Maybe I'll grind that out one time. If people are interested in the story and just, my main focus is just keeping the community up to date on everything that's going on. So feel free to, come and check me out on YouTube, just Ali-A. I would say if you are interested in understanding the creative projects we're doing a little bit more, feel free to follow Team Atomic on Twitter as well. We're constantly working on things that will be cutting edge within the creative space over the next, 1, 6, 12 months. I'm really excited for that journey. And I am keeping myself very busy outside of YouTube as well. I've got a massive project I've been working on for about 12 months that's all focused around content creation and hopefully allowing new people that are making content to potentially become massive very quickly. That's all I'm going to say about that. And hopefully that'll be launching next year. So yeah, excited for that as well.
That's super exciting. Any last or final things that you guys would like to say as we part ways?
I feel like I could sit here and talk about Fortnite for hours, dude. So Same. I'm not sure. I just hope Fortnite continues to be a part of like this pop culture and continues to do things that pave ways within the gaming space, the collaborations, the live events, especially. I just hope Fortnite continues to live a good life, and I'll be there making videos.
I've got one word, please announce World Cup Epic Games.
Dude, I'm backing that as well.
Please announce World Cup. Anytime, and I'll be happy. Just announce it.
They said live events, dude. They said live events in that. Never know. I think they're holding their cards close. It'll happen soon. I mean, with COVID, it's been really rough, and I'm sure they want to be really safe with all of that. But live events are slowly starting to trickle back, guys. We might have a moment where World Cup 2, we're all sitting, hanging out, cheering on Benjy with Benjy's mom next to us.
100%. It's happening. It's happening.
World Cup champion. We called it here first, okay? So this is your moment. We have it all recorded. This is the moment. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being on the show. You guys are incredible. And I hope to have you guys on again if you guys want to. Hopefully we can see that 1v1 soon as well. If not, free content before chapter 3. Also, incredible thank you to Epic Games, who helped sponsor this podcast. Literally such an incredible honor to be sponsored by Fortnite and provide this content. Also, a special thanks to you, our listeners, our viewers. Please do us a massive favor and share Unvaulted with your friends. If you love either of these two content creators, be sure to spread the word that they are on this podcast. And if you are wanting to know who's next or have hints at what's to come, be sure to share those on Twitter at Unvaulted Pod on Twitter. So you can do that there. We'll be posting the highlights of this podcast and so much more on that. And couldn't have more fun in the UK, you guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'm SquatingDog. We'll see you later, nerds.
See ya.
Bye-bye.